Okay, so what we're going to be working on here today is another project. What you're going to do is create a new species of animal by combining at least 3 different animals. Whatever resources you have available to you, you may use. Obviously, as an art teacher, I have some drawing books. This has ocean animals, but it has desert animals, dinosaurs, rainforests, insects. I have separate books of those as well. Obviously, I'm not expecting everyone to have access to books like these, but some books aren't even drawing books, but they still have lots of animals in them. I have some other books with reptiles and birds and things in them, so those can be utilized as well. Now, here's your paper. This is just a standard printer size paper. You can work a little bit bigger than this. I wouldn't work much bigger, but no smaller than standard size 8.5 by 11 piece of printer paper. Now, your animal itself should take up at least 3/4 of the paper. I am not looking to see your animal be only this size. Your animal should be the main focus point of your drawing. About 3/4, no less than the size of your paper. Think about the 3 animals that you might want to use. For my example, I started to color it a little bit just to get started. I did a shark, a frog, and a scorpion. What you also need to do is place your animal in its natural habitat, its natural environment. This shark, frog, scorpion is in a rainforesty, jungle type environment. I have some water here, and then obviously this is going to be the sun either setting or rising. What you want to do is do a simple line drawing. This is not sketchy. I'm not filling in anything with my pencil. I'm not shading. You want this to be a simple line drawing. I outlined it with a Sharpie marker just so you could see it a little more clearly. On the video, you do not need to outline this with a Sharpie marker. You may, but you do not have to. When coloring, you want to make sure that you press hard enough so you do not see the white of the paper. I would start coloring with this blue if I want this part of the shark to be blue. Again, I am pressing hard enough so I do not see the white of the paper. You see some of the shavings coming off from the pencil. I'm not going to wipe them off with my hand because I would just smudge the paper, so I just periodically blow those shavings off. Sometimes what I also like to do, especially if I have a lot of graphite on this paper, or even with the colored pencils, I like to put a piece of paper underneath my hand so I'm not smudging it when I'm coloring, whether it's the graphite of the pencil or the colored pencil itself. Now, if I want to make this, because if you think about it, if I color this entire thing blue, it's going to be hard to see the arms separate from the body. It's going to be hard to see these sections of the tail. So what I might do, and I could do a completely different color than the actual shark color. Maybe I could have done this green. I might go from dark to light. Looks like I have some glue stuck on my table there. I use this table quite a bit, and so do my children. And then I can come in with a white color pencil, pressing really hard to blend that in. And that's going to help give me some separation. Over here, I had already colored dark to light. So we'll take the white on top here to blend that in so there's some separation. Maybe here when I color this in, it's going to get a little darker towards that corner. Again, I'm going to use a white color pencil. I'm pressing pretty hard over the top of it. If you notice with this color pencil, the blue, again, I'm going from dark, pressing hard, to light. And I'm using the white color pencil, pressing really hard with that, blending that all in. You do not have to blend colors. It is just an option. With this dark area, maybe I'll take some black and just very lightly shade that in a little bit. If you want to try shading the pencils, the color pencils, the first time to try this would not be on your good copy. You practice on a separate piece of paper. Other than this video, YouTube is a very good resource for finding techniques on how to blend colors. But again, you do not have to do that. That is not a requirement. The requirement is coloring this project in such a way that when you are done, I do not see any of the white of the paper. As you're coloring, try to stay one direction as much as possible. Of course, there are going to be areas where you need to change direction, and that's fine, especially when you're going up the edges. But for the most part, if you're coloring a specific spot, stay in that direction as much as possible. Maybe I'm going left to right on this. Maybe I'm going up and down here. That's fine. Plan out your drawing. Plan out your coloring. This is not something that you're going to be done in a day. This is not something you're going to be done in 2 days. This is going to take a lot of effort. We want you to work hard, not only on this project, obviously, but all of your projects. We want you to take your time. We want you to focus. We want you to put forth that effort. We want you to have some patience. And I bet if you do those things, you will do much better than you ever thought you could do. We just really want to see you put forth some effort and just kick out some really good artwork. We're really excited to see what you all can do during this time. Now, once you have this all done, and I have a finished copy here, once you have this all done, and I understand yours isn't necessarily going to look exactly like mine, and that's okay. Although I have had students in the past that could do just as good as this. But once you're done, and as you can see, there's no white showing. Now this was colored with a colored pencil, white colored pencil and black to make that gray. If your animal happens to be in a cold environment where it's snowy in the Arctic, in the tundra, the North Pole, I would suggest, if you're using white colored pencils, obviously, to do your drawing on a black piece of construction paper, a dark blue piece of construction paper, or something along those lines, so that you can actually color with the white colored pencil. I don't want your drawing being done on a white piece of paper and then you tell me, well, this is mostly a sheep, so it's going to be all white, even though it's got a couple other body parts from different animals. This is a coloring project. Top to bottom, left to right, this should be colored. Once your project is done, you have everything drawn, you have everything colored on a separate piece of paper, you're going to write at least 6 sentences talking about your animal, its name, its habitat, environment, the things that it does, its habits, its food. If you have any questions during this assignment, please do not hesitate to contact myself, or if your art teacher is Mr. Seville, contact him, and we will help you as much as possible. We are here to help you. We want to make sure you succeed. We want to make sure you feel good about the artwork you are creating. We're excited to see it, and we want you to be excited to see it. So this is not something that we want you to stress over at all, any of these assignments. So again, you must create an animal by combining at least 3 different animals. Your animal must take up at least 3/4 of the paper, placed in its natural environment. And when that is done and colored, pressing hard enough so you do not see the white of the paper, you are to write at least 6 sentences describing the animal itself, its name, its environment, its habits, things along those lines. Any kind of information that you can provide. Again, any questions, please do not hesitate to contact myself or Mr. Seville. Good luck with this assignment, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.